Well, it's Thursday the 25th of May and this is our first overnighter on the boat. What a disgrace. Still, look at the day. Skipper's just conned us out of the harbour with ease, perched on her extender, which makes a big difference.
I can see really well now. See right over my spray hood, which is perfect.
$11:10. We've hoisted sail, but there's no wind at all. Well, we've hoisted the mainsail anyway. Absolutely not a breath of wind, so we're still motoring. Heading for the Suitors. And what a day! There's the East Ross Peninsula, basking in the sun. Ballantour. Tarbot Ness is out there, although I can't see it. A bit of haze there, yeah. The North Sea.
I did say it would be cooler on the east coast of that.
And our own little bit of coastline there. And the skipper on the helm. We're leaving there and what a day. The engine is purring very nicely. $11:40 guys. And we are sailing. Motor off. We've been overtaken, or we are being overtaken by a kayaker. He's out there somewhere. There he is. He's come out of Nairn heading for Cromarty too, and going faster than us. Mind you, now that we've got the sails up, he may not. And the skipper's complete control of everything.
Yep.
Keeping a weather eye to windward. And it's glorious. Glorious. $12:26, 3.5 knots, drifting along. She's sailing herself to windward, just gone a wee bit high in fact. The skipper has just put the lunch out. Look at us. The kayak has overtaken us and has disappeared into the distance. And we're just idling along.
Hi, this is Aberdeen Coast Guard. Have you
That's
let me clear?
fantastic.
Over.
Mmm. $12:45, we're approaching the Suitors. I always love the Suitors, it's like a foreign country. Look at that. We had a little bit more wind a while ago, we were up to 4.5 knots. We're down to 3 knots now, but sheets eased, sailing in through the Suitors. And of course, yogurt and raspberries from the fridge.
So good.
She doesn't half spoil us.
So good.
Look at that. Man, gorgeous. We've just sailed past an oil rig. That's up to Inverness. That's the oil rig we've just come past, and there's Nairn out of sight in the haze almost. 12:53, there's the bus bank buoy. We're ghosting in through the Souters. There they are. Well, there's the South Souter anyway. And there's Cromarty. I think this may be the kayaker that raced us across from Nairn. We'll hail him and find out. Hiya.
Hello.
Are you out of Nairn this morning? Ah, you raced us across, no bother. Yep. We've just had a wee blether, and he is the guy who raced us across from Nairn. He hasn't gone into Cromarty. He's going across to the North Souter to look at some of the caves. There's another kayaker, probably out of Cromarty, in there under the Souters, if I can find him. There he is. And there's the dolphin boat, the tourist dolphin boat, just speeding by. There they go. And there are actually two kayakers in there in the Souters. There's one. There's the other. What a day for it. We're rocking in the wake of the dolphin boat.
See the second one. So here we are reading at 2 o'clock afternoon.
Skipper's down below with our Kindle. Quite a stiff breeze has got up, 25 knots or so, totally unforecast. And we spoke to Fran just up ahead there. And he said the 3 white buoys are all visitors' moorings and all free of charge, my favourite price. He suggested that one with our big boat, but we said, oh no, we only draw a metre. Oh well, you're fine in here then. There's a second one, and there's the one we're on. The tide is streaming past, ebbing out through the Souters, and the skipper used that to bring us to a stop with the engine still powering alongside the buoy, which allowed me to pick it up easily. And here we are. Look at that. Can't be bad. Cannot be bad. Cromarty. So we're going to just have a seat, wait for the wind to abate before we go ashore. And there goes the dolphin boat into the harbour. And the kayakers are safe back in the bay and keeping close inshore, so it doesn't become very windy. And there are folk and their dogs on the beach. In front of the Royal Hotel. But I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we make a trip there this evening. It's 3:15, and there's a tug making its way up to Invergordon. And we are currying down below. having tea. It's 20 to 5, we've been pottering for a while. Here's something I'm pleased to see is growing in popularity around the coast. It's a sculling gig. And this one's just come out of Cromarty Harbour. There they go. Hi guys. Hi. Put your back into it. It's 10 to 9. We're on a mooring at Cromarty. It was blowing quite hard when we arrived, 23, 24 knots. So we just sat and waited for it to subside. Then we went ashore, rowed in the dinghy, went on to the pontoon and inquired of a nice old guy for the code. We also blethered to him about the rowing skiffs. Then we had a walk right along the shore and back up through the village. And then we had our dinner at the Royal, very good. And then we had another walk, retracing our steps in the opposite direction, still beautiful. And then we rowed out in perfect calmness back to Windsong, and here we are. I'm sitting in the cockpit at 10 to 9 reading, and Trish is down below reading. Aren't you, Trish? Anything to add to that?
We saw the liner going out.
We saw the liner going out, a massive liner going out of Invergordon. It's now 9:30 and very peaceful in Cromarty anchorage and the Cromarty Firth and its oil rigs, and the sun is going down. The skipper's on the nighttime tea. And it's nice and warm below. It's 4 in the morning and the dawn chorus at Cromarty. Well boys, it's 9:15. There's the Queen in her luxurious accommodation. Look at her. Last night I was tinkering with the instruments, trying to make them all work and having fun. This morning at 9:15, look at it. I mean, look at that. That's a sight to get up to. Hey? Fantastic. And the tide is flooding. Not very strongly yet, but it's flooding. I was pottering with the old interface GPS last night and moved it on from blank screen, not answering any button, to switching on eventually, and then persevering with the buttons, and now it's working. 9:10, skipper's having her breakfast in her pyjamas. In the sun.
Heat them back, it's lovely.
Yeah. Here are the Cromarty guys out maintaining their moorings. They've got a big mooring raft and a winch in the middle of it for lifting the moorings. Action stations, the Cromarty boys are setting sail. And the mooring raft is getting gunned out to port. Now giving the mooring a good tug. East breeze now, in the wrong direction. 10:15. About to cast off the mooring.
Two Cromarty boats out, sailing. They're actually going backwards with the tide. We'll not try that.
Short bursts are fine.
The pilot boat going out. I think probably to meet another cruise liner. Saw one going out yesterday.
10:25, that's us leaving Cromarty. We're going to creep out along the 8-metre contour out of the tide, or out of the worst of the tide. And here's the liner that the pilot boat went out to meet, coming in. And out to the South Suitor. There's the pilot boat rushing back in, having delivered the pilot to the steamer. Burning fuel like there's no tomorrow. Someone could tell them to go slowly and save thousands of pounds a year, but nope. The Cromarty boats are motoring out now into the contrary tide, and here comes the steamer. Cruise ship, one went out yesterday, one comes in today to Invergordon.
Dave will tell you about the tide.
We slipped in 30 metres. And instead of having a knot of tide against us, we had about 0.2, 0.1 with us in a contrary eddy. Isn't physics wonderful? Trying to get some idea of the hook and the leech here. There it is. Past 11. We have 10, 11 knots of wind. And we're cracking on. We're motor sailing gently. We've just crossed ahead of a big yacht heading west, probably for the canal. There she goes. It's 11:44, quarter to 12. $12.45, and here we are back in Nairn. I've got the fender defender on, I've got the fenders out, skipper's on the helm, we're ready to go.
All these Nairn boats.
Lots of Nairn boats out, as Trish says. A lovely day for it, but it's not even the weekend.